TGIF, it's finally Friday on the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Latest involving the wildfires in Manitoba coming up on the show today. Also, this is not just affecting our area, it's going to be affecting the entire continent this weekend. And in fact, it's making big news south of the border. Yes, we'll give you an update coming up in just a second. Also, as the summer vacation season heats up and people are deciding on where they're going to go on their summer trip, America's tourism industry appears to be hemorrhaging. Nobody wants to go to Trumpland. What does that mean? America is on sale. So much so, the state of California, the entire state, is on sale. We'll show you what that looks like coming up on the show today. Maybe you've always wanted to go to Cali. Well, all speaking of deals, we'll tell you about the Canadian City. The Canadian City offering gift cards and free month's rent to move there. And this is not a small Canadian city, actually. This is, I should preface this, is the major Canadian city wants people to move there and get an apartment there, and they would like you to move in with gift cards. I thought we had a housing shortage. Holy cow. What is going on? It's incredible. We'll take a look at some local events happening through the weekend. We've got news on Hawaii introducing a new tourist tax. Some interesting news from the air. Are you flying alone? You'll pay twice as much. Airlines are now reserving their lowest fares for travelers in pairs. And this will be a fun topic to talk about this morning. Lazy meals. Your go-to lazy meal. What is your go-to lazy meal? What does that mean? Well, it can't be takeout. You can't just say, well, I pick up the phone and call for pizza. You can't do that. It has to take just a mere minutes to make and contain as few ingredients as possible. Canned bean pizza. It's one of them already popping in, and it's like, ugh. Whew. Not necessarily the best food you'll eat in the world, but we'll have some fun with that this morning. Taking a look outside, it is hazy this morning, and it's going to get worse. We do have a rather serious forecast for you, and today is going to have a bit of smoke in the area, 29 for the high. But we suspect there will be some weather advisories, some smoke advisories issued tomorrow. I'm getting emails from across the U.S. This is big news in multiple states. They're telling people to stay inside and it's got to get past us. It can't just jump south and then over us. We are not getting word of that yet, but they're issuing warnings on all kinds of U.S. states about Saturday's air quality. Now, Environment Canada does say that the air quality for Saturday is going to be poor. But again, these warnings stand out for me. Again, I have some friends in the States that are saying, are you okay? What's going on up there? Had to spend some time yesterday explaining to them the situation. And that, we're 400 miles south and so on. And they're all the evacuees are coming. They're like, man, we're starting to see some of the smoke and haze down here. Apparently Saturday's supposed to be awful. I'm like, really? Like, how awful? They're saying don't go outside. So Saturday could be bad. I'm just putting that on your radar. Maybe not. Maybe they're just exaggerating. You know how it is when they have a snowfall there and they cancel school with 1 inch of snow. And we say, bring it on. So just to put that on the radar for you. Also, we are going to have some really hot temperatures with that. So it's going to be hot and smoky. 29 today, 28 tomorrow, Sunday sunny and 32. And it looks as if that rain we were expecting next week may not come. That's not good. We do need a little bit of moisture. What are we going to do? What can we do? Just stay cool. Be advised that we'll have some poor air quality on Saturday and try to make the best of it, as we say around these parts. You just make the best of it. Welcome aboard, Sunseekers, and happy Friday. I had to psych myself up for 30 minutes before the show today. Positive vibes. Lots of energy, lots of sunshine, okay? Yes, I know there's bad things going on, but there's also lots of good things. People helping, stepping up to the plate, people in some nice, warm, cozy beds. I have some good news on the Flin Flon front. The latest update from the city of Flin Flon. They are fighting the good fight. There's no structures or buildings destroyed yet, but I mean, it's still intense and serious, but the fight is going well up there. And we are getting people out. Now, they had some problems with some First Nations folks yesterday that had problems getting out. They had to airlift a bunch of them. And again, we are getting reports that everybody is safe, but very scary, and you're dealing with senior citizens and pregnant people and stuff like that. So the last thing they need is stress and fear. But on the positive side, people are getting out. They're getting down here. We've got food. We've got shelter. We've got hockey. Well, not till Wednesday. Oh, Oilers, hey? Oh, let's hear for the Oilers. I know I'm jumping ahead. We won't include that in the good thing. Unless you're an Oilers fan, you get first dibs. Okay, rematch from last year. Oilers, they out Carolina. They're gone, and now it's Edmonton versus Florida. One of the coldest cities in Canada next to Winnipeg versus one of the warmest states in the Union. Makes perfect sense for a game called ice hockey. Total sense. Pebbles, good morning. She is a little keyboard crazy. Thank you for your patience with Pebbles. She's literally vibrating. I'm surprised she can even type. She loves the keyboard. She is already in the front row with her little lighter. She loves it. She loves it. What can I say? I mean, it's endorsed by musicians like Randy Bachman, Elton John, Michael Jackson, Prince, Cyndi Lauper, Trooper, Streetheart. Many other artists have endorsed Keyboard Friday as possibly one of the greatest pieces of musical genius ever devised on the internet. So it's a pretty serious deal. It's pretty amazing. And that's why Tosh gets all wound up about this. Polar Bear is here too. Happy Friday to you guys on Twitch. MJ2, Road Reverend, good morning. And also another one for the keyboard. See? Reverend of the Road. Oh, some of those roads closing up north because of those fires. Man, we have never seen anything quite like this, have we? We have not seen anything quite like this. Boy, it is something else. Jody is here on Facebook. Good morning. Zuma Bernice, happy Friday. Janine, have a great weekend, everybody. Happy Friday to you over on Facebook. Tracy Rogers over on Twitch this morning. Cindy is here on Twitch, too, along with Loretta on Facebook. Nice to see you. Good morning, Jody and Nick on Facebook this morning. Happy Keyboard Friday to you. Happy Friday. Patricia, too, on Facebook. It's good to see you. Polar Bear says, get the hat out, get the frog hat out, get that keyboard going. Okay, easy. I know, the requests are coming in. We have to change up the song. We're going to have to, what's the Oilers song? La Bamba? I'm going to have to learn La 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 Bamba. Then I'll be ready for retirement. Senior citizens, gather round. La 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 Bamba. La 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 Bamba. I'll practice on you if you don't mind your ears bleeding a little bit. Good morning, Greg. Hey, Greg is scrambled eggs for breakfast and for supper. Breakfast for supper is fantastic and quick. It is quick for sure. KDD 4380 is here on Twitch. Moral Bean is here. Megan's over on Facebook this morning. Quentin's here on Twitch. Angie's here too on Facebook. Good morning to you. No Oilers fans, though. Do we have any Oilers fans that are excited about the win last night? Or I mean, I have to say, I lived in Alberta for a year. I don't consider myself an Oilers fan, but thank God we've got a Canadian team that made it all the way. Isn't that nice? I think that's nice. I think it's good. We've got the schedule. The first game is on Wednesday. Games 1 and 2, Wednesday and Friday of next week. So you short-term planning for getting together for some beers with some buds to watch the game Wednesday, Friday, games 1 and 2 in Edmonton versus the Florida Panthers. I don't think Florida should have a hockey team. I say it out loud. I don't care what anybody thinks. I think it's really dumb. It's like Edmonton having a surfing team. You know what I mean? And then winning the championship. There's no ocean, and it's cold as hell in Edmonton. Why does Florida have an ice hockey team? I don't get it. But they got lots of cash in Florida, lots of rich people in Florida, and lots of retirees that are supporting the hockey, so God bless him. Money makes the world go round. Let's see what you can do, Florida Panthers. Come on now. Hey, Rhonda's here on Facebook. Happy Friday to you, Rhonda. Yellow Jacket is here on Twitch on the Oilers bandwagon. Me too. There's lots of room for everybody, and I like them. You know, Connor McDavid seems like a good guy. They seem like a group of good guys. So let's hope that they can pull it off. MJ, go Oilers, go! And you got the blue heart and the orange heart. The Oilers scholars. The Oilers scholars. Okay, yesterday's good thing obviously was the Oilers win. That was good. Also, grad day yesterday. Oh my gosh. Brandon University. Was your feed filled with grad pictures? How about this? Do we have to call her Dr. Michelle now? Do you call everybody that has a doctorate? That's a lot of school, man. That is a lot of school, Dr. Michelle. Yeah, winner's bell for Dr. Michelle. The doctor is in. Okay, I'll switch up doctors. I can switch up doctors. And she comes with her own security. You see the guy at the top of the stairs there? You see his legs at the top of the stairs to your right? Yeah, he's just watching to make sure that everybody stays far enough away from our superstar, Michelle. It's a master's degree in education, doctor of education. Isn't that what a master's is? The places you will go. Isn't that the same thing? Like when you get your master's, they can call you a doctor. See, this is how dumb I am. I went to radio school. They teach you to talk like people need to be taught to talk. There's the fam. Everyone's excited. Everyone a little lighter in the wallet. Good old post-secondary education because they're cheap. Post-secondary education is so inexpensive, right? Oh, everyone looks fantastic, though. They're not worried about that on a day like today. They're just taking grad pictures as so many others did. What a beautiful facility, the Healthy Living Center, hey? That is a gorgeous facility there. Then we follow that up with some burgers. Yep. Why not celebrate with a burger? We had a lot of burgers this week. If we had to tabulate the calories of the show this week, it would be a little worrisome. We had a lot of burgers on the show today. Ryan's here. Good morning on Twitch. Patricia says, very happy about the Oilers. Very good thing. And actually went and saw a game. Fun experience. That's great. And, you know, when you think about it, you know, it's not very often that we are within, you know, a day's drive from a Stanley Cup final. 12 hours, 12, 14 hours, something like that? Is that how long it took to get up to Edmonton? Oh, hang on a second. We're not done, good thing. What am I doing? We're just getting started. We're just getting this party started. Nick says Edmonton could easily have a surfing team. They could surf in the mall. I guess. But when you have the surfing team from Edmonton that surfs in the mall and then they win the championship versus the surfing team from, say, Hawaii, maybe I'm the only one that finds that slightly bizarre. I don't know. It's like igloo making. Okay, we've got the igloo. Let's maybe a better example. The igloo making team from Edmonton. And you would suspect that they would do a good job. They're in the north. There's lots of ice and snow. But when the igloo makers team faces the igloo makers from, say, Hawaii, and we go, what? How? Like, what? Well, it all begins with sandcastle building. That's how we train, with sand bricks. I guess there's just something non-organic about it, I guess. I don't know. I'm just looking for a reason to be ticked off that it's not Edmonton versus the Leafs. And as much as I dislike even the Habs, and I think it's widely understood, I dislike the Montreal Canadiens immensely, but I'd rather see, can you imagine the Oilers versus the Habs in the Stanley Cup final? Now, Gary Bettman would cry his eyes out. There'd be no TV money compared to what he can get in the States. But that'd be pretty awesome. It's about time we had something like that. Anyway. Nick says, yesterday's GT, I posted a video on YouTube yesterday in OnlyFans. Oh my gosh, Nick, you make sure don't tell Courtney, your secret's safe with me. Your secret is safe with me. The name of the YouTube video is called Nick Only Wearing a Jersey. Oh my God. Oh my, is it come with a viewer discretion is advised warning? Oh my gosh. Good job, Nick. Good job. Pebbles GT had a lovely lunch date with Polar Bear and had a homemade meal for supper last night, and it just would not be a day with our Pebbles unless there is a picture of what you ate last night. Is there a picture of what you ate? Well, actually, not just last night, but, they had some poutine. It was a hot date, hot stuff, and look at this. Cucumbers and some rice and carrots and some other stuff there. Very nice. Although I see salt on that table, you can't see it in this picture. I see a huge thing of salt. You know what the doctor said about the salt. He said, Tyler, you can have as much salt as you want, but you know what? You guys better watch the salt. I'm okay. I'm all right with the salt. Cindy says, I went over to Eagle's Nest to celebrate. Good job. Very well done. Good thing. Yesterday's good thing. What happened yesterday doesn't have to be a grad or a baby. Boy, talk about an amazing month of good things for babies. 2 babies in our good thing in the month of May. Never happened before. How fantastic is that? And where the hell did May go, by the way? We trudged through January. Ugh, it's like, these days last as long as a week. And then finally we reach the end of January. It's like, hey, welcome to May long weekend, June. What the fuck? Hey, whoa, hang on. But we had 2 babies. Nick isn't married yet. We're waiting for our first wedding, Sunseeker wedding, but 2 babies, gonna have a wedding. That's what it's all about. That's fantastic. Ryan says they took out the Wave Runner in the mall. Oh, did they really? Oh, man. I haven't been to West Edmonton Mall in so long. They used to have a submarine up there. KDD's GT took the afternoon off to visit my brother, who was at a family cottage for the week from Alberta. Got a few hours of fishing in, but didn't catch anything. But sometimes, you know what? It's just the experience of being out on a boat on the few lakes where you can actually put a boat down and enjoy some fishing, unless you were casting off the dock, which is fine too. It's all good. I like that country song that goes, "She thinks we're just fishing." I don't even know who sings it. I love it, though. The song about a dad and a little girl that go out for the day and they're fishing. And they don't catch anything either. But they're just spending time together on the dock, and the song is, "She thinks we're just fishing." But really, that's not what it's about. It's about spending time together. I like that song. Hey, today's Customer Appreciation Day at Headley's Health Hut. They have gift baskets they're giving away. They've got samples they're giving away. All kinds of special deals. The last Friday of every month is a very special day. Headley's Health Hut. They will be sampling things like the Quench Hydration Drink, designed to keep you hydrated through the day, great tasting, all day long, zero sugar, naturally flavored, under 10 calories, and that's not all. You can have the Zentine collagen bars they're going to be testing today. So go in there, have a collagen bar, try this low-cal drink that's filled with vitamins and electrolytes. These collagen bars look interesting. Strawberry and peanut butter they're going to be sampling today. And prizes and 20% off Health First, the Health First network of products, and 10% off all beauty, cosmetic items, regular price supplements, and proteins and greens. Today, Customer Appreciation Day at Headley's Health Hut, 1314 Richmond Avenue. If you are buying or selling real estate, you know who to call for your legal needs. Epp Law Office in Brandon on 18th Street across from the RBC. They also help with wills and any corporate restructuring you might have. If you're a sole proprietor thinking, maybe I want to incorporate, you're going to want to call the great crew at Epp Law Office. They'll help you do all the paperwork, guide you through all the what appears to be a maze, and that's it with anything legal with regards to real estate or corporate law or wills. Epp Law Office, trusted legal support with a personal touch. 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC. And as Greg was telling us about scrambled eggs, boy, Ryan does them best. You can cook them yourself, but Ryan and that chipotle sauce, of course, we're talking about Ryan Reynolds. And the Ryan's Breakfast, boy, they've introduced it just this week in the U.S. at the U.S. locations, and they're going crazy for it down there, too. Who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds? And who doesn't love Tim Hortons, especially when it comes to their quick and easy breakfast? Now, the breakfast hit done the Ryan way comes in either the wrap or the loaded box. And, of course, it's got scrambled eggs, crispy hash browns, sausage crumble, creamy chipotle sauce. Now, I had mine with bacon, so you can get them with sausage or with bacon. And, of course, you can get them at the 10 area locations to serve you in Brandon, Verdun, Neepawa, Dauphin, and Moosomin. And I always got to throw in, get one of those Oreo double-stuffed ice caps. God, I love Oreos. And the ice cap is like, you've got an Oreo cookie every time you slurp it up. Fantastic. Make it this weekend. Treat yourself. You deserve it. You've always got time for Tim's. Good morning, Blessed Mama and Mavis. Blessed Mama's over on Twitch. Mavis is on Facebook. Quinn's got a GT for us. Track and field. Oh, boy, don't take the day off very often. Go, kids, go. Gotta love track and field. Hopefully, it's not too smoky for track and field. Ryan says, GT cut the grass yesterday. Good job, Road Reverend. Getting things ready for Touch a Truck this weekend. Well, isn't that awesome? Are you going to be bringing that brand new truck that you were driving around last week? That is a beauty. What the heck is Touch a Truck? Well, I just happen to have the poster right here. 9 till 4, rain or shine, Keystone Center grounds. This is an opportunity for you to take the kids, big and small, and by big I mean Uncle Larry, who loves fire trucks. He's always loved fire trucks. It's okay, Uncle Larry. I'm so excited. Calm down, Uncle Larry. Calm down. Get the ladder going. An interactive outdoor family-friendly experience allowing kids, young and old, to climb, explore, and discover all kinds of vehicles. I once got to drive a monster truck at this event. Oh, man, I thought I was all calm and cool and collected until they put me behind the wheel of one of these things. And then I was like, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to crush things. They're like, no, you aren't trained to do that. I'm like, you can drive it around in circles. And I'm like, what? Come on. Let me crush things. And they had cars there that at that time, this many years ago, it was over 10 years ago, you could crush them. And I wasn't allowed to do that. Probably a good thing. Would have got out of control into the parking lot. Oh, there goes a Camry. Look out. Under the wheels of the monster truck. Look out. Oh, boy. There goes some person sitting on the park bench. What the heck? Who's driving this thing? Tyler, Glen. Uh-oh. And 9 to 10 is quiet hour. I don't know. I guess they just don't run them for that hour, but it keeps things nice and quiet. They have food, live demonstrations, and something called a 5050. We all know the story behind me not being able to mention anything with regards to a 5050 or jack of slapping or anything like that. We won't get into that. Bouncy castles and more. Also, I think we've moved on from yesterday's good thing by the looks of things. We're getting into community events already. Yes, there is a please look at the chat to find MJ. Actually, I wonder if I can put the poster on here. I'm hoping I can and not get in trouble. All these fundraisers, how are people supposed to raise money without having little fundraisers? They get me in trouble all the time. For those that don't know, that's the purpose of my TikTok ban, is talking about things like this. This is a homecoming. I don't recognize the word under the word homecoming. I can't recognize that because then I get in trouble, apparently. Apparently can't talk about things like that. But there's prizes and stuff, and this is a face painting event at the Carberry Community Hall. Silver collection at the door. They've got some other things. Take a dabber. It's a dabber event. We'll call it that. Stupid TikTok. And there'll even be kids there, TikTok. Yes, there'll be kids there, and they'll live. They'll be okay. It'll be all right. Can you tell I'm just a little bit bitter? Now, this is the Carberry Homecoming is on this weekend, too. 1 till 3 at the Carberry Memorial Hall. And, the fundraising. Sorry, I got that mixed up. This is a fundraiser for the Carberry Homecoming. Don't go home this weekend. Wait a second. Go home to do this. No, I'm confused. See, I can't tell it's the end of the week. Homecoming in Carberry is in August. Okay, we'll continue on, give you an update on what's happening to the north. It is generally pretty good so far, if you could say good, but we are getting people out from the north, but air quality, not so good. Not going to be good, and that will affect you this weekend. Details on the way. First, let's go to the beach. Back with more in a bit.
Sun is up, let's split the day. Oh yeah, Friday's here, gonna start to play. Beach bunker, feel the heat, dance all night, move those feet. Waves crashing, music loud, feel the vibe, join the crowd. Sun seekers, time to shine, weekend love will be fine. It's the weekend, let's get wild, wild, wild. Party hard, feel the vibe, vibe, vibe. Sun seekers all day long, long, long. Dance the night, sing our song, our song. Games and laughs, surf the wave, no more work, time to rave. Sunset glow, colors blend, fun won't stop, never end. Feel the rumble undertow, so slow. Beach bunker where it grows, sun and sand, laughter sweet, 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 sweet. Grooving down, feel the beat, It's the weekend, let's get wild, wild, wild. Party hard, feel the vibe, vibe, vibe. Sun seekers all day long, long, long. won't stop, never end. Feel the rumble undertows. Each bunker where it grows. Sun is up.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Florida. We're coming for you, Florida. We are coming for you. Oilers are ready to take you on starting Wednesday of next week. Go, Oilers, go. Yes. Oilers fans are excited. Jubilation. Air quality not all that great, though, for us this weekend, Sunseekers. It is not going to be a great weekend to be outside, especially on Saturday. No air quality statement yet, but we are expecting some really, really heavy smoke to come down from the north and all the forest fires where folks are being evacuated. Most of which, I had quite a few people reach out yesterday asking what's happening in Brandon. I do have all the evacuation information made available to me at my website at tylerglenshow.com. You can check out links to donate to the Red Cross. There is not a tremendous amount happening in Brandon. The Victoria Inn is apparently coordinating with Red Cross and a local Indigenous organization that is helping folks who have been displaced by the fires. They've opened up some community centers in Portage. The vast majority is in Winnipeg, and as I understand it, the strategy here is to try to get as many of the evacuees into Winnipeg as they can, because that's where the resources are. They've got the most restaurants, the most hotels, the most, stores for getting goods that they might need, odds and ends as far as supplies go, thrift stores, things like that. And of course, a big population to draw from as far as donations go. That doesn't mean that we aren't going to see anybody in Brandon. That's not the case. There'll be some folks from Brandon or folks from up in the Flin Flon, Lynn Lake area, First Nations across the north that will come to Brandon. But by far, the vast majority will be in Winnipeg. And how long? That's going to be the big question, right? Because no one really knows how long this is going to go on for. And some very scary moments when there was a First Nation that about 700 that they were trying to evacuate, and roads were starting to get blocked. I mean, the panic starts to set in. It can't be fun at all. Here's some of the pictures and video from the north yesterday.
When it comes to wildfires, Manitoba currently has the highest fire activity in all of Canada, with flames burning 198,000 hectares of land so far. That's almost 3 times the area that historically burns for an entire year, but in just 1 month. Premier Wab Kinew says the devastation is unprecedented for the province.
In typical fire seasons, you would have one region having a challenge at a given time. It would be the east, it would be the north, it would be the west. This year, it's all the regions at the same time.
Early Wednesday, the Manitoba government held an update on the current human-caused blaze nearing the northwest city of Flin Flon. Officials said it began Monday on Saskatchewan's side of the border, but it couldn't be contained and it crossed into Manitoba on Tuesday. Now, Flin Flon's roughly 6,000 residents are preparing for a potential evacuation, and patients of the
that has since moved to,
Hospital
of course, a full
are
evacuation,
being relocated. Priority wildfires near the town of Sheridan, as well as Lynn Lake and Marcel Colombe First Nation, have already caused states of emergencies and evacuations.
There is a concern with the shift of northwest winds that all of these fires in this region may travel towards communities in the next 24 hours.
There have been 96 wildfires in the province to date.
Look at that. That's a nice map of where everything is at. And Blessed Mama said, did she say human caused? Yes. Multiple arrests. They know who has caused them. Now, not all of them. And it's a complicated situation, but they do know of some folks who, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's on purpose or by accident, but human caused means that somebody had obviously had some kind of, what do they call that, accelerant and matches, and or they were trying to weld and some sparks got away, or they were trying to do maybe a controlled burn on a field nearby. I don't know. That I don't know the circumstance of, but what we do know is that there was some human starts to the to some of these fires, because there have been multiple arrests. And even if it's an accident, there's fire bans in place for a reason, and this is really serious. This is not a time to think, I can do it, I'm okay, maybe I'll have a fire, it won't get away on me, I'll be okay, because it can get away on you, and then you're in big trouble, like the biggest trouble, because we're talking about people's lives here, right? I mean, here's the situation last night in Winnipeg. They're getting cots and everything set up at recreation centers and stuff, and getting ready for more and more evacuees to arrive.
I don't know how many cots would be set up there. I'm saying 50 or more. Like, the whole rink's full of these little green cots. They give you a pillow and a little blanket.
As evacuees continue to pour into Winnipeg throughout the day, the question has become about available space. Many who came from Flin Flon overnight have been sent here to Century Arena, where an emergency evacuation center has been set up with available beds.
Rob Burrows arrived with his 3 kids and girlfriend just before 6 a.m. Thursday morning. They'll be staying here for at least the night. He says his family's experience getting out of Flin Flon was harrowing.
We got out of Flin Flon, say 5:30, but I had to go get my daughter because they live right close to the perimeter where the fire was like really close to, like it was endangering houses. So they were actually going door to door for a good, 10 to 15 blocks.
While Burrows is remaining hopeful he will see his house again, he knows it's not a guarantee.
The fire was so close to a dyno, like a dynamite place, close to a co-op fuel lock, which has got humongous fuel tanks that help fuel the whole community. And then where I live, close to me, is Sticko Energy. So if that fire actually gets into those structures,
Jesus,
it's not going to be good.
We grab our belongings, everything that meant a lot to us in life. So like our pictures, our clothes, our birth certificates, our IDs and everything.
Brandon Dumas was at the reception center set up at Billy Mosinko Arena before being transported by bus with his brother and 3 friends to Century Arena. He says the group is finding comfort being close to others from the community.
We're going to be staying at the arena, and everybody from Flin Flon is going to be together that came from Flin Flon, so that's pretty much where I'm going. So a lot of familiar faces, a lot of family, a lot of safe feelings and everything.
He says despite the devastation, members of the community are holding strong and leaning on each other.
Stick together and don't leave each other behind, and respect one another, because it's a time of crisis.
17,000 people making this the largest evacuation, one of the largest evacuations in Canadian history, next to the flood of 1997. So very serious, lots of people coming. Like I said, most going to Winnipeg, but there are some that are coming to Brandon. And we had mentioned this group yesterday. There is a group in Brandon that is helping to coordinate the evacuee situation called, and I'm hoping I pronounce this right, Wijwan. And this is their group if you want to kind of keep track of what's going on there, or to share this with friends. They're accepting donations. Let me get this in the screen a little bit better here. If you have a stroller to donate, please call Lisa to arrange for pickup. Their summer clothing and strollers and things, they're already accepting donations. And as we mentioned yesterday, the Red Cross Reception Center is set up at the Vic Inn. They're planning a giveaway and meal next Thursday for evacuees of the Brandon Friendship Center. For Brandon community members, we'll be looking for appropriate seasonal clothing donations, baby items, strollers, toys, etc. We kindly ask that items be clean and in good shape. And people are already stepping up and offering some assistance for the folks that are in Brandon as part of the evacuation from the fires up north. Now, as I had mentioned yesterday, or as I'd mentioned earlier this morning, I'd had some friends south of the border contact me, ask me what's going on, what's happening. They are issuing all kinds of they are issuing all kinds of smoke advisories in the U.S. for this weekend. And that's got me concerned because I'm thinking, we haven't heard much about smoke advisories here. This is actually a separate time newscast in Chicago last night.
In Manitoba, issue a state of emergency as wildfires continue to rage, forcing thousands of people to evacuate.
The fires will affect us here at home as well, with smoke descending on our downtown area as soon as tomorrow. We have team coverage of the billowing smoke. We begin with CBS News Chicago's Lauren Victory. She's live along the museum campus with a look at what to expect. Lauren?
Well, Joe and Erica, our beautiful skyline isn't 100% clear today, but it could look a lot murkier in 24 hours from now. You might remember it's not the first time a hazy, unhealthy batch of air engulfed Chicago. The fire is more than 1,300 miles away, almost a 24-hour drive, in a different country.
All of this brownish color is actually smoke.
CBS News Chicago meteorologist David Yeomans shows us why what's burning up here will be down our way soon.
Notice how everything on the map is going to be flowing from Canada right toward Chicago. This northwest wind is going to drive the smoke right into our area, possibly for 3 days.
Smoky Chicago skies caused major health concerns multiple times in summer 2023.
Yeah, so if it's going to be causing some serious health concerns there, that's going to be a bad Saturday for us because, we're kind of in between. So as I mentioned earlier, Saturday, if you're going to be at things like Touch a Truck or what is the other thing? They've got something else going on at the Keystone Center. Arbor Day. You may want to limit your outdoor exposure, but again, just be prepared for some really thick smoke coming our way Saturday. And this is affecting everybody from Manitoba all the way down to apparently Oklahoma could be even seeing some of the smoke. So it's pretty intense. Good morning, Lindy. Nice to see you. Blessed Mama says it's caused so much devastation. Unbelievable. I think it's 4 times. Right now, it's 4 times the amount of forest that happens in a normal forest fire year, like for an entire summer. 4 times in the month of May, 4 times what we normally have for a burn in a normal summer. It's crazy. Ryan says, Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent forest fires. Well, I don't know where Smokey is. Smokey ran. Last we saw Smokey, he jumped in a Corvette with some blonde chick and took off for Vancouver. Smokey! No, don't go. Smokey! Come on. Smokey, what are you doing? We can smell the smoke here. I can't imagine being there. Oh, well, apparently the way the winds are going to be blowing, Ryan says now the U.S. will really hate us. No, they don't. They love us. They love it. There's so much love coming out of the U.S. There's only one guy that has it in for us, and I think it's because he's kind of stalking us. I feel like we're in a bad relationship, and it's like we can't block him on the phone. We can't figure out how to block him on social media. And it's like, I hate you, but I really love you. I really love you because you're like the greatest. You're the biggest, even though you're Smokey right now. It's just that guy, weirdo stalker guy. That's all that is. But as far as American people, they love us. And in fact, California's on sale. They've gone completely crazy for Canadians. I'll explain coming up. Big travel story this morning because U.S. tourism is just tanking. Not just Canadians. It's all around the world. People from France, Australia, Italy, they don't want to go to the United States. And again, all the reports I'm getting, everybody that I know personally and can verify as a human being and not some bot or troll has had a normal to good experience crossing the border. Normal to good. Nothing nefarious or bad has happened to people that I know. Now, that could change. People could reach out to me and say, hey, I have a cousin, but don't do the whole, my cousin's best friend's neighbor's uncle who once worked for a guy whose boss is in the States last weekend. No. I need to hear this from, that's not how this works. You need to hear, like if you say, hey, I crossed the border and out came a rubber glove and I'm not going to get into the details. Then we can talk about that because it's verifiable information from the source. But this whole second and third hand stuff is craziness. And so people aren't going. That's the bottom line. And so what's happening is stuff is on sale. They need to have tourists come down to California. That's what powers California. It's like it's Hollywood and tourism. And so they've put the whole state on sale. I'll show you some samples. Some examples coming up in just a second. Speaking of rolling out the red carpet, Skydancer Casino, Canadian at Par for Players Club members, visit the Skydancer Casino in just a few days. They're going to be opening their beautiful trampoline park, first of its kind in our area. They've got this beautiful indoor-outdoor water park. It's a 90-minute drive, 5-minute jaunt, 10-minute jaunt across the border at Skydancer. Not to mention, they've got a big carnival that's going to be on the property on July 2nd to 6th, the Thomas Carnival, and the big shows. Everybody's excited about the big-name acts that they bring to Skydancer, including Tracy Bird in November, Little John in August, and Gary LaVox of Rascal Flats in July. Skydancercasino.com, where the sky's the limit. Leon's Furniture Superstore this weekend, it's the No Money Miracle. That means you don't need any cash when you're going into Leon's. Yes, you pay nothing until 2027, no money down, not even the taxes or the fees, and no monthly payments with 0% interest. It's a miracle. What other place can you go to and they say, don't worry about it? Imagine you go to the grocery store. That'll be $8,000, please, for 2 oranges and an apple. Don't worry about it. Don't pay for a while. That would be a miracle. The No Money Miracle is on at Leon's. Check it out at leons.ca and 3635 Victoria Avenue in Brandon. And with all these grads going on right now, please remember that this is the final couple of days for scholarship applications with our friends at Sunrise Credit Union. And they have $24,000 in scholarship money they'd like to award. So the deadline is May the 31st, just a couple of days away. Well, actually, tomorrow, end of day tomorrow. So get your share of $24,000 at sunrisecu.mb.ca. Ryan says Jen is there right now, said that it was smooth process to Orlando. I've had dozens of people say, hey, okay, it's okay. And then people get someplace and say, what do you recommend for a restaurant? I'm like, I don't know. I've never been to Albuquerque before. I don't know. Minot, I could help you out with. Albuquerque, I haven't had the pleasure of doing that trip yet. But I'll tell you, Vegas is quiet. People, and I didn't realize this, but Canadians make up a huge number of visitors to Las Vegas. If we were a state, I think we'd be the third biggest state to visit Las Vegas after California and Texas. And Canadians they're still going, but not in big numbers. And so that's where the deals come in. U.S. tourism operators offer exclusive deals for Canadians to try to get them to return. 2-for-1 specials, Canadian money at par, all kinds of deals. This guy runs a golf course, and he is doing all kinds of stuff to try and get Canadians back down there, including some special Canadian golf balls. Look at that. Oh, man. How was your weekend? I got new balls. I got some new balls. I love my balls. There's a Mountie on my balls and a hockey jersey on my balls. And even maple syrup. Contrary to popular belief. Okay, we are hockey crazy. The Mounties, like, when the king comes, that's our thing. We dress up in our costumes and stuff. And the maple syrup, yes, we have maple syrup, but we don't drink it every day. Some of them think we just, have it on the fridge door. It's time to start another day in Canada. I better put my hockey jersey on to go to work, or my red serge, and drink my maple syrup. The stakes are high. Canadians traditionally make up the largest group of international tourists that visit America, worth $21 billion U.S., so no wonder they're a little concerned. In fact, 4 U.S. senators recently came to Ottawa, including our good senator from our next door, North Dakota. He came to Ottawa, actually, to say, listen, please come and visit. It is A-OK. Everything is fine. This is a leadership challenge. This is between the leaders of the country, the leaders of Canada and the leaders of America. Look at this. This is the California Loves Canada.
Without you, we wouldn't be as beautiful. And we wouldn't be as full-bodied or delicious. Without you, our coastline wouldn't be as iconic. We wouldn't have so many stars. And our movies wouldn't be larger than life. Truth is, California just wouldn't be California without Canada. Thank you, Canada.
Oh, well, you're welcome, California. I feel all warm inside. It's true. We send a lot of, well, you should be grateful. We send you all our stars. We give you all of our stars. Ryan Reynolds, all the Ryans. That's our greatest export next to maple syrup is the Ryans. And so they're doing a full court press, TV ads, radio ads, newspaper ads, social media ads to try and get people to go to California. In fact, there is a website. I thought I had that bookmarked. A website I want to show you on Expedia that was exclusively set up for Canadians. Oh, that sucks. I want to. Oh, there we go. I think this is it. All right. California Loves Canadians. Now, I'll put this link on my website at tylerglenshow.com if you're curious, and then you can go through and see some of the hotels. These are deals exclusively for Canadians. Now, you may have decided you want to stay home this year, and that's just fine. I am totally supportive of that. I'm also supportive if you want to hop the border because, that is obviously your choice. But I think it's nice. I'm always a fan of being courted. I think we all like to be treated nicely, to be courted, to be told that, they still love us. That's fantastic. And, of course, I'm a cheapskate, so I love a good deal. And, of course, our friends at visitminot.org, I'll put a link to this, too. Look at the Canadian deals that they've rolled out. This is not something new, but they have added a bunch here. So they are really, holy cow. The coupons and deals, they want us back. They want to see us. And of course, this has to do with business. They understand $21 billion is a lot of money. And for a lot of Canadians, some will decide to stay home. Some will decide to go to countries like Spain or Italy or France or Mexico or something like that. But again, I will make sure to put those links on my website at tylerglenshow.com. But closer to home, I want you to guess what major city in Canada, speaking of freebies, what major city in Canada is giving away $500 gift cards to move to the city and get an apartment? Even 3 months rent. What? Hang on. I thought we had a housing shortage. Is this little web stream going to be the first one to break the news that the housing shortage is over while we're all consumed with a whole bunch of other stuff? Quietly, in the background, this is happening. Take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. Did you ever think in your lifetime you would ever see a headline like this? No one is talking about this. Toronto. Yes, our Toronto, not Toronto, Australia. Now, I'm trying to decide whether I should be excited about this or scared by this because Toronto led the way with apartments that cost like $10,000 a month at one time. Do you remember that? Wasn't that long ago, like this time last year. If you were moving to Toronto, you better have a kidney ready to donate if you wanted to rent an apartment. Well, something has changed, Timmy. Something has changed dramatically. Now, could Justin really have done that much damage that a simple change in government could do this? Or is it before he left, he shut down the immigration system to some degree? I don't know what the answer. I don't know. I'd like to know. And I don't even think AI has an answer, but holy cow. $500 gift cards if you move to Toronto, free month's rent if you move to Toronto. And the scary part of this is this a trend? Is this going to move to other cities? Is this going to come here? And while it's exciting to have affordability in housing come back, which is, I mean, let's face it, it's tough for almost everybody in housing and food these days. But if all of a sudden those strawberries that we were paying $7 a crate for went to 99 cents, you go, whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. Are these strawberries, did they fall off the back of the truck? What happened to these strawberries? Toronto is experiencing the lowest vacancy rate in almost half a decade. And so I'm curious to see where this goes. I like when the consumers have the power. I just hope this isn't a trend. What do you think of this? Isn't this amazing? Wow. And rents are plummeting too. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening here, but I think it's exciting and scary at the same time. And I think, a $500 gift card for the weekend to get a few pizzas and some beers, that would be kind of nice. And we will morph into a discussion on food for those still awake. I think everybody's getting ready for the weekend. I need to know what your go-to fast meal is. Fast and easy. This is a meal that you can prepare in less than 5 minutes and takes as few ingredients as possible. Because the more we share, the better the ideas we'll have for something fast and easy for either this weekend or next week. Lindy's already in with cereal. In a bowl, little bit of milk, done. Yeah, okay. More or less I'm looking for more of, wow, that would be a cool thing to make. I would venture to think most of us have had cereal at some point in our life. Maybe not. Maybe you were born with the gluten disease. I don't know. We'll talk more about that and some online reaction coming up next hour. First, we have to bid farewell to our friends on other platforms. Oh, Charles Shaw jumps in on Facebook quick, like Indiana Jones under that door that's closing down. Charles Shaw jumps in. Oh, I got to get one comment in there. Smokies and coleslaw. Although, is this bagged coleslaw? Bagged taco salad. Tell us more. We'll continue to discuss in hour 2 because we're moving over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show for hour 2. Have a great weekend. YouTube, again, watch for that poor air quality tomorrow. Take the appropriate precautions. Enjoy Touch a Truck, and we'll see you on Monday, 7 a.m. YouTube, thank you. For those on Facebook and X,